Welcome back, everyone. Toys is here, and I am back yet again with yet another DC Multiverse news video. Today, we got a couple new figures to check out, and when I say new, I mean we got the fancy pressed photos that will tell us everything that these particular figures will be coming with. They were previously revealed some months ago, but now we get to see everything that they entail and get to talk about them proper. And as always, of course, when applicable, when you do end up seeing this video, there should be pre-order links down in the description below. These are slated to go up in and around January 27th, hopefully around 9 a.m. Pacific. But as usual, hey, thanks for using my links. They'll help the channel to grow. So we'll just jump right into it. We got a brand new wave of page punchers. Now, this is in the 7-inch scale for McFarlane Toys' DC Multiverse page punchers, and this particular series focuses on Arthur Curry, Aquaman himself, and I gotta give it to him. This is actually a really nice set of figures, and Aquaman himself looks pretty good, especially in the head sculpt. Now, there are a few details, we'll say, in more of the armored pieces that look very plasticky in that kind of gray color. I do wish that there was a wash, maybe some paint on there somewhere. But the orange scaled shirt, that looks good. He's got his little necklace, right? But the head sculpt itself, hey, I think that looks pretty darn good. You got the pants, you got the detail, you got the big A for his Aquaman belts right there, and he comes with the big ol' trident, which, hey, every Aquaman so far has come with a trident. Give him a fish or something, I don't know. Start thinking outside the box. Oh, and hey, thanks for dealing with me and my voice. No, don't adjust your sound. I spent 2 days at Disneyland, and I just got back. And yeah, that's the graveliness that you're hearing. It makes you sound rustic, I'm told. But yeah, here's Aquaman all packaged up. Again, I'm very stoked on this wave. I think this is a nice, solid-looking 4-figure wave. Yes, I do wish that they had more of a build-a-figure, collect-a-build sort of deal element as opposed to the comic book. But again, it's a new comic book. Each figure comes with the same comic, so it's not 4 interlocking. It's just all the same, much like He-Man Origins. Now, moving on, we have Ocean Master. And again, I got to give it to him. I'm like, wow, that's a pretty cool-looking Ocean Master. This one, the costume, I want to say it kind of hails from comics. I know that this was kind of sort of the costume he had in that Throne of Atlantis DVD movie that came out several years ago. The textures are great. The head sculpt is great. Now, I don't know exactly what's going on with his mouth right there. It looks kind of wonky. Hopefully, the final sculpt, the form fits him a little bit better. But yeah, overall, the gold, the black, the red eyes are really cool. More of a burgundy cape. That's pretty darn cool. I definitely like the way this figure looks. I do prefer the prior release Ocean Master that was a Target Gold Label exclusive. However, that's not to say that if I were to see this guy, I might go, it's pretty cool. He comes with his own version, like the dark negative version of the trident, right? You could say it's got, kind of looks like it's got seaweed barbed wire all over. It just looks like a trident befitting of Ocean Master. So the reds, the blacks, the gold, the red eyes, it's all packaged up. He is overall a pretty good looking figure, and I think so far with Aquaman and Ocean Master, they're all new figures from top to bottom. So it'll be interesting to see in hand if that's totally stays true. Now, next up we have Calderon, which is Aqualad, and I'm pretty sure my first introduction to this version of Aqualad was in the Young Justice cartoon when it first started. I never went back on HBO Max and started watching the continuation of the series. It's on my to-do list. I can honestly tell you, Young Justice was not always my favorite show. It was a bit of a departure. However, it had really good storytelling elements to it. So it was good in that sense, but wasn't the biggest fan, we'll just say, of Young Justice. But one of these days, perhaps I will go back. Now, this version, he's got a little bit more of the blondish, sort of black dreadlock hair, which is totally befitting of this version of Aqualad. He's sporting a little bit of the Aquaman orange, the legs are black, and he has his trademark tattoos with some really cool water weapons. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, he can control water to a certain degree and make them into weapons and such, which, hey, that's not a bad power to have. I think overall, again, and kind of looking at which each of these figures come with, he does have some weapon storage, which totally works. But I think some extra hands overall really would have benefited these figures. I know McFarlane has started to do more of that. So with this particular page puncher line, yes, more hands. I think that that would be exceptional, just to kind of break it up a little bit. Not go crazy. We don't need 7 sets of hands or whatnot, but maybe more of a water controlling type hand. That wouldn't be too bad, right? But I gotta say, from Aquaman to Ocean Master to now Aqualad, pretty solid lineup so far. But this one right here, I think totally takes the cake for me. This is a brand new black Manta, and that's a really sinister looking black Manta. I love what they did here. He's got all black, right? Really decked out. He's got the armor. He's got all that really cool sci-fi tech armor that he wears, and he's got big old wires sticking out. He's got some really cool blades as well amidst all that red detailing, and I really, really hope the blades are removable, because I think that would be a nice element. We'll just say, hopefully nothing that's like you have to pull it off and you can kind of like Mr. Freeze's gun. Hopefully just removable blades. That would be awesome. And he's got his version. Apparently everybody under the sea has their version of like a big trident sort of deal, and it's like a big old techno organic looking thing with a blade on it. That's awesome. So in totality, out of the wave, I think this is the character that wins it for me. And again, how nice is it to see an Aquaman themed wave? I was a big fan of the DC movie, right, with Jason Momoa. I really liked that movie. I gotta say, it kind of redoing the whole DC movies and all that. That and Shazam are kind of love's lost. You know what I mean? Depending on what they do and how they kind of reformulate it. But I loved those movies. And Aquaman, that was a killer movie. So I'm really stoked to have a new Ocean Master. You got Black Manta, you got Aquaman himself, and Aqualad. And that's a pretty solid lineup. You got 2 good guys, 2 bad guys. And overall, yeah, I think totally new sculpts all the way around. Of course, we'll wait till we have them in hand to really see it. But yeah, so far, so good. So that will ultimately wrap it up for my look at 4 of the brand new McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Page Punchers figures featuring Aquaman. And just as a heads up, there may be more figures revealed, maybe kind of sort of, but as of right now, we just have these press photos to be looking at. And as I pointed out, if you liked any of the figures that we're talking about today, I will have affiliate links down in my description below. Amazon, Entertainment Earth, wherever you buy your DC Multiverses. So, you've heard my thoughts. I'm now curious to know yours. Comment below, let me know. Let's talk everything DC Multiverse. And I'm going to leave you guys with that. As always, drink some great coffee, eat some great food, but most importantly, remember, let's say in the future they do more page punchers. Which DC character would you like an entire wave devoted to? Comment that down below, and when you do, let me know what you found. I'll talk to you guys soon. Adios.